Space held such hope for humanity. A fresh start. A chance for old grievances to wither and die. Quantum Gate networks let humanity push deeper and deeper into space. Countless planets were colonized. Governed by the Earth Empire, humanity entered a golden age of peace and prosperity. The pace quickened. A human brain was successfully joined with an artificial intelligence by Dr. Gustav Brackmann. The symbionts were born. Eventually, humanity's more base instincts took hold, and the thread began to unravel. The symbionts demanded independence. The Earth Empire's response was a secret loyalty program that pacified anyone with an AI implant. Dr. Brackmann fled with his closest symbionts and created the Cybran Nation. They would fight for their freedom. An alien race called the Seraphim was discovered by human colonists. The Seraphim introduced the settlers to something called the Way. But despite those peaceful overtures, the aliens were attacked by xenophobic soldiers. Soon, the Seraphim were no more. The Aeon Illuminate formed from the ashes. They would spread the Way and cleanse the galaxy of non-believers. The Earth Empire collapsed. The galaxy fell into darkness and chaos. From the ruins rose the United Earth Federation, an old idea made new. Unite the galaxy and restore order, no matter the cost. The technology of destruction surged ahead. The armored command unit made killing efficient. An army could be created anywhere, at any time. The infinite war has raged for 1,000 years. Billions of lives have been lost. But now the actors are assembled. The final act is about to begin. It is time for the infinite war to end.
The building blocks of your war machine are energy and mass. Without a steady and growing supply of both, your efforts against your opponents will be greatly hampered. You can gain energy by creating power generators at Tech 1, 2, and 3. You can also gain energy by harvesting the natural resources of the planet with your engineers or ACU. Harvesting energy can be very important in the beginning stages of your campaign. Building power generators directly next to factories and certain other structures gives you an adjacency bonus and a small boost in production. Take advantage of this where you can. You can collect mass from the planet's core by extracting it at mass extraction points, which are highlighted on your HUD. Your ACU and engineers can also reclaim mineral resources on the planet's surface. Finally, you can also create mass fabricators at the Tech 1 and Tech 3 levels. Be aware that mass fabricators require energy to operate. Once you have gated to a new theater of battle, it is a good idea to construct 2 to 3 mass extractors with your ACU. followed by 2 to 3 Tech 1 power generators before starting construction of a factory. Once your factory is complete, engineers should be constructed, and at least some of your engineers should be assigned to energy and mass creation activities on a constant basis. Creation of power generators, and mass extractors and fabricators. In the early stages of building your base and forces, it can also be beneficial to use some engineers to patrol areas rich with natural resources in an effort to bolster your early economy. Mass and energy storage units expand the capacity of your economy and reduce the loss of surplus production. Constructing storage while your production is in a positive state can help you when your production begins to ramp up and you are producing less energy and mass than you are consuming. As long as you still have energy and mass in storage, your factories and engineers can operate at full speed. Let's examine the economy indicators and map overlays in your HUD. In the upper left and right corners of your HUD are the main economic display indicators. Mass production and consumption is represented in the upper left. Energy production and consumption is represented in the upper right. Both displays function in a similar manner. We'll start with the mass indicator in the upper left. The major elements of the mass user interface are the capacity bar and the mass production indicator. The color and state of these readouts tell you at a glance what you need to know. If the capacity bar is full, your mass storage capacity is full. The storage capacity number is shown below the capacity bar. If your mass production indicator is positive and green, then you are producing more mass than you are consuming. The optimum production condition is green, full mass storage and a positive mass production indicator. The opposite is red, negative production and no mass in storage. Yellow indicates a middle condition. Depending on how you have your HUD options set, warnings will appear if you reach a critical production state. The small numbers to the inside of the production indicator give you more detail. How much you are producing versus how much you are consuming. You can click on the production indicator to switch between integer and percentage mode. There are many strategies that a commander can employ on the battlefield. Many of them are quick, decisive strikes against the enemy that do not necessarily require a large energy and mass production base. In a prolonged engagement, you'll need to steadily build up your economy. The Tech 1 techniques of building up your early energy and mass production have been discussed. As you proceed through the tech tree to Tech 2, it is wise to continue building up your resources with the Tech 2 power generators and to upgrade your mass extractors to Tech 2 and even Tech 3 levels. It is important that you not upgrade your mass extractors all at once. A good technique is to have your engineers assist the mass extractors as they upgrade. At Tech 1, it can be a good strategy to assign groups of engineers to continually build new power generators and mass extractors and fabricators. If you build up a large number of fabricators, be prepared to pause some or all of them if your energy production stalls. Double-clicking on a mass fabricator in the strategic zoom view is a fast way to pause all fabricators. A good technique for creating engineer gangs to build up energy is to order one engineer to build and then order several others to assist the first. A solid economy is built by continually upgrading your mass and energy production. At the Tech 2, this means building Tech 2 power generators and steadily upgrading your mass extractors to Tech 2 and Tech 3 levels. Mass fabricators can be used to balance out energy and mass production. It is important to avoid stalling your economy at all stages of the conflict, but particularly in the critical beginning phases. Early economy stalls are often caused by failing to create an initial combination of mass extraction and energy production before building factories or other structures. Overconstruction with too many engineers before energy and mass infrastructure have been built up is another common cause. Attempting to simultaneously upgrade several mass extractors is to be avoided. You'll know your economy is stalling when your mass or energy HUD interface shows red, or you receive warning messages and/or when your capacity bars are low or zero. If your overall build efficiency drops below 50%, this is another quick indicator. There are several steps you can take to get your economy back on track. If you are overbuilding, you can pause some of your engineers. In this example, we're overbuilding, so we'll pause some engineers and move others from the factory project to the energy project and the mass upgrade project. In this example, we've killed our economy by upgrading 3 mass extractors at the same time. We'll pause the upgrade on 2 of them. In this case, our mass production is fine, but our energy is critical. A good time to pause production on any operating mass fabricators. We can unpause the fabricators when our energy gets back on track. Another strategy is to pause factories. Here we have a healthy Tech 1 war machine of 6 factories, but we're overproducing. So we'll pause production on some of the factories to focus more resources on building our economic infrastructure. Remember to unpause units that you've paused to get back on track once your economy is booming again. Your war machine will require ever-increasing amounts of energy and mass if you wish to deploy Tech 3 experimental and strategic weaponry. As you did at the Tech 2 level, it will be important to continue to build your infrastructure with Tech 3 energy production facilities. It will be important also to create groups of Tech 3 engineers, which have the fastest building speed of any engineers, and order them to create a queue that builds up your energy infrastructure. At this stage of your struggle against the enemy, it also becomes important to protect your infrastructure with shielding, counter-nuke measures, and other defenses. Also in these later stages, battlefield reclamation can be a great source of mass. Finally, you must be ready at the Tech 3 level to manage your resources by pausing the energy-draining advanced mass fabricators, as well as other large units that may be draining energy. At this stage, the economic overlay can be a great aid.